Welcome to my channel again. In this video, I like to talk on a popular, beautiful, high-altitude Himalayan plant species called Rhododendron arboreum. In India, it is known by different names such as Burans, Gurans, Pu, Bili, Etokkum, Gurans, etc. In Greek, Rhodon means rose, dendron means tree, and arboreum means tree-like. In general, rhododendrons are a popular group of plants having diverse forms from low creeping plants, a few centimeter tall, to tree of 30-meter height like Rhododendron arboreum. Within a species also, we get variations. They can be evergreen or deciduous. In the wild, maximum diversity of rhododendrons are found in Himalayas and Southeast Asia. Rhododendrons are considered as key indicators of healthy forest ecosystem, which support wealth of biodiversity. Rhododendrons also maintain fragile ecosystem in a transition zone between subalpine to alpine. They play a role in providing ecosystem services like in slope stabilization, watershed protection, especially in Himalayas where so many rivers originate in Asia. There are about 1,000 species of rhododendrons throughout the world, out of which we find about 100 species, 12 subspecies, and 8 varieties in India. Out of this, again, 98% species exist in Himalayan region. Maximum number 67 species are found in Arunachal Pradesh, followed by 36 species in Sikkim, 19 species in Darjeeling, 7 species in Nagaland, 6 species in Uttarakhand, and so on as per a report. One subspecies called Rhododendron arboreum, subspecies Nilagiricum, grows in moist areas of Western Ghats, particularly in Uti, Kodaikanal, and Munnar. Rhododendrons prefer mountain areas having temperate climate and some in alpine conditions. The most suitable elevation is 2000 to 4000 meters. Among Indian rhododendrons, Rhododendron arboreum is the most widely distributed and popular, which is found from the western to the eastern Himalayan region of India. It is also found in Bhutan, China, Nepal, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and Thailand. It is an evergreen tree, normally attains up to 14-meter height with 2.4-meter girth. However, this species holds the Guinness record for world's largest rhododendron located at Mount Jafu near Kohima in Nagaland. At the time of its discovery in 1993, it was 33.2 meters tall and 106 centimeters thick at breast height. It has got 5 subspecies with variations in form, flower color, leaf characters, and hardiness. The species was first formally described and named by Jane Smith using Captain Thomas Hardwicke's documentation. It is national flower of Nepal. In India, it is the state tree of Uttarakhand and Sikkim and state flower of Nagaland. Rhododendron is also a state flower of Himachal Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir. In USA, it is also state flower of Washington and West Virginia. Indian Postal Department also issued postage stamps to commemorate the flower of this species. As you see in this video, the flower color of Rhododendron arboreum ranges from a deep scarlet to red with white markings. In a single cluster, up to 20 blossoms are produced at the end of the stem, giving a spectacular look. Leaves are also handsome, which are crowded towards the branch end. We can see its full bloom in the month of April. Flower production is more in case of late flowering due to heavy snowfall. The species grows luxuriantly in exposed hills in north and in northeastern region of India. Apart from its ornamental value, the species is very important in the cultural and economic life of local community in the hilly areas. The local people make livelihood by selling the flowers or process juice, jam, jellies, pickles, etc. Rhododendron flower juice is very refreshing and is rich in potassium, calcium, iron and vitamin C. It is also a good appetizer and is also taken to prevent high altitude sickness. The flowers also produce abundant nectar which is being brewed to make wine. Small entrepreneurs and the government food processing units of Garhwal Himalayas in Uttarakhand are preparing squash from its flowers, which is gaining popularity in local and urban markets. However, improvement in its processing and value addition to its products is required. According to one study in 4 districts of Uttarakhand, about 10 to 20% households involved in the harvest and trade of Burans flower. A household fetches about 3,000 to 8,000 rupees per season from preparation of products such as juice and squash. About 120 metric tons of Burans flowers from Chamba and 25 metric tons from Nirman of Himachal Pradesh are exported every year. Flowers are also used for worship and for indoor decoration. The leaves of Rhododendron anthropogon is used as incense. In Nilgiri mountains, pastoral Todas tribe worship Rhododendron. Its wood is used to make tool handles, boxes, spoons, etc. It is an excellent firewood which burns even under semi-wet conditions, causing threat in its conservation. Rhododendron arboreum also possesses various health benefits. Its flowers can be used in treating diabetes, diarrhea, dysentery, cold, cough, and menstrual disorder. Leaves are used for treating gout, rheumatism, cold, cough, fever, and as poultice to cure headache. This plant is also used in treating heart disease and many other ailments. However, one should be careful not to take excessive quantity of leaves, flowers, and rhododendron honey to avoid intoxication. Now let us discuss about its conservation issues. According to IUCN Red List categories, presently Rhododendron arboreum and its variants are listed as least concern. Out of about 1,157 rhododendron species assessed so far, 316 are threatened with extinction. Due to anthropogenic activities like logging of rhododendron associated tree species, construction of road networks, dams, establishment of hydroelectric projects, shifting cultivation especially in northeast, unsustainable method of flower harvesting, etc. are affecting the natural habitat of rhododendron in Indian Himalayan region. Though many rhododendron species are in cultivation in western countries, but adequate care is not taken in its natural habitat in India as opined by experts. Even though many threatened and least concerned rhododendron species have been conserved in several botanical gardens around the world, still much more in situ and ex situ conservation measures need to be taken. So, coordinated efforts of government, educational and research organizations, NGOs, and involvement of local communities are required to conserve rhododendrons. The efforts for conservation of rhododendron made by Government of Sikkim in India is praiseworthy, as it has declared Barsi Rhododendron Sanctuary in western Sikkim and Singba Rhododendron Sanctuary in North Sikkim district in sacred Himalayan landscape. Sikkim government also organized an international workshop on rhododendron in the year 2010. GB Pont Institute of Himalayan Environment and Development at its arboretum in Sikkim has conserved about 24 species of rhododendron. Few NGOs are also active in Sikkim for rhododendron conservation, which is a very good sign. In recent studies, it is predicted that rhododendron arboreum is likely to move towards higher elevation in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand to cope with climate change. Due to global warming, rhododendron arboreum is showing early flowering. And lastly, about its propagation and cultivation. Rhododendrons have long and rich horticultural history. They are extremely popular. There are many named varieties for cultivation. Rhododendron arboreum grows well in well-drained, light sandy to medium soil, and it prefers moist and acidic humus-rich soil. It can be grown in semi-shade or no-shade condition, but it cannot tolerate direct afternoon sun. The species is usually propagated through seeds, but also can be propagated from cuttings through air layering and tissue culture methods. For raising seedlings, seed capsules are collected during October-December, air-dried, stored in porous cotton bags for about 1 to 3 months. Seeds are separated from capsules and sown in seedbed or inside wooden box containing forest soil, sand, and farmyard manure in equal proportions, and kept inside a grown-net house or glass house. Period of seed germination varies depending on location and climate. In a trial conducted at National Botanical Garden, Nepal, seeds germinated after a year with 80% germination, while in another trial at Hill Range, Darjeeling, in West Bengal, it only took about 2 months and gave 60% germination. Small seedlings are pricked from mother beds and transplanted in 300 cc hycopots and kept inside polytunnels for about 2 years. Thereafter, the seedlings are retransplanted in bigger polybags of 8 inch by 10 inch size and kept inside agronet for growth and hardening for another 2 years. Thus, it takes about 4 years in nursery to get plantable size of seedlings of about 1.5 to 2 feet height. Seedlings can be planted during April-May and also during September-November at about 2.5 meter by 2.5 meter spacement. Care should be taken so that root ball is intact while planting. Leaf mold, peat moss, and other organic matter should be added around the root ball. Due to surface rooting nature, watering is required during summer. After blooming season, withered flower clusters should be removed and pruning should be done to allow flower bud formation next year. For propagation from cuttings, best time is August to September. About 3 inch to 4 inch long semi-wood softwood cuttings are taken and the cut end is placed in rooting medium consisting of equal parts of peat moss and clean sharp builder's sand. For air layering, a method called FRI wire technique is reported to be effective with 66.6% success. In this technique, a 1 to 2 year old branch from healthy tree is tied with plastic coated wire and the wire is tightened using pliers to make depression on the bark. The tightened portion is smeared with root hormone indole acetic acid 2500 ppm and then covered with soaked sphagnum after squeezing excess water and thereafter covered with polythene strip to induce rooting. Since it is very useful species, let us conserve it in its natural habitat and also let us grow it in gardens, arboretum and other suitable places under feasible climatic conditions. Thanks for watching.